Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Caleb Agwandin with the weather from Chattanooga, Tennessee, where the current temperature outside is 67 degrees under mostly cloudy skies on this Thursday afternoon. And we are being dominated by an area of high pressure. Winds are variable, about 3 miles per hour. Humidity and dew point are down, but the visibility is up. So we're able to see really high into the sky, 10 miles into the sky. However, we did mention that we're under mostly cloudy skies because we have high clouds that have been moving in from the northwestern part of the state, and that's going to continue to funnel in here. So we're going to continue to see those cloud cover overnight and into tomorrow and Friday. However, we're not anticipating any rainfall across the state. Now, as far as the temperatures go across the state, well, they're holding pretty much into the 60s. There are some areas or pockets where it's warmed all the way to 70 degrees, and it looks like this is up in Athens, Tennessee. And then if we go all the way up into Nashville, we have temperature of 64 there, and then all the way down into Lawrenceburg we have temperatures of 71, and then over by Cherokee National Forest, the southern part of the forest, we have 67, and northern part we have 59, and then 54 over by the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. So a little bit cooler in that area of Tennessee. Now, as far as the weather goes across the rest of the United States in the big picture, we're going to look at a storm system that's off the coast of California and the Pacific that's gaining strength, bringing it with it rainfall across across the coastal sections of California, Oregon, on up into Washington, and then in the higher elevations and into the Rocky Mountains, we're going to see some snowfall. So places like Oregon, states like Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, and into Montana. And then it looks like we have some lingering snowfall in upstate New York and New England. As far as our weather goes, we're going to continue to be dominated by an area of high pressure all the way into tomorrow. Maybe a chance for some showers, a stray shower or two in the Tri-Cities area. We got Kentucky, parts of Virginia, and West Virginia that could be in for some rain, and then we'll continue with some snowfall in the Northeast, and then the Pacific, just a mess going on there right now because we're going to have that storm system moving on shore, bringing with it rain, potentially even some flooding rains for parts of the Southern California and into Arizona. And so we'll have to continue to watch that for them if you are traveling into that area. And then up into the Northeast United States, it's just going to be really nasty there. It looks like freezing rain mixing in with snow and rain across upstate New York and into New England. We got a series of cold fronts marching in from the Midwest, and then behind it some rainfall in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then even parts of Tennessee here. We may see some rain in the eastern parts of Tennessee, maybe not so much for Chattanooga, but we'll see that cold front start to migrate and move a little bit further south into Tennessee, where high pressure system is dominating the Gulf of Mexico. And once again, those storm systems are continuing to march across the west coast of the United States, and then eventually going to start to make its way into parts of Texas, as you will see here by next week. We'll see that cold front there start to move into Texas with a low pressure system gaining more strength, potential for a cyclone there, and a dry line. So don't be surprised for some showers and thunderstorms, potential for some severe weather to even form over Texas. And then we'll see stationary front as those fronts begin to wash out and high pressure be building in behind those fronts. Not much movement as we get into next Tuesday between those fronts, and then it looks like the front that was over Florida washes out, high pressure builds, and what we'll see is this stationary front is going to be replaced by a warm front as that warm slug of moisture, warm air lifts northward. And then behind that, what's going to happen is we are going to actually see a chance for some showers going into next Wednesday and Thursday. For tomorrow and the weekend, however, we're going to see temperatures moderating into the 70s. So 72 and 75 on Saturday with the overnight low of 39. warming up to 44 by Saturday morning, then Sunday morning 59. So we're moderating that air mass so we don't have much cold fronts. All the stormy activity is either to the Pacific side of the United States or in the northeast United States. And then what will happen is that one cold front that I did show, that dry front, will move through, drop the temperatures down a little bit on Monday. Overnight, those lows will come back down to about 40. And then Tuesday, under increasing clouds, temperatures will begin to moderate. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, as that warm front lifts back up across the area, I'm introducing a chance for some showers. Wednesday afternoon, go with 30%, and then Thursday, go with a 40% chance of showers. Well, that's the weather report for Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I'm meteorologist Caleb Bagwanden. Go out there and have a wonderful afternoon.